Ladies, hope y'all ready for this one right here. But anyway, what's happening? It's 6:30 Thursday. Time to get a little sharper. Welcome to the Anti-Negativity Network. We're back here to do it again this week. Hope you're doing well. Had a great week so far and continue to press on and make it do what it do. But we're here to do what we call to do. And so y'all know who she is.
Hello, everyone. How you doing?
Dr. Deborah right here with me. Yeah. So let's just go ahead and do what we do. Let's go. Count of three. Let's go. Ready? One, two, three. One, two, three. One more time. One, two, three. All right. Let me.
That was relaxing.
Y'all bear with me. Yeah, there's got some. Y'all bear with me 1 second. Yeah, we good. Okay. All right. Yeah, I don't know why it's like that, but anyway. Hopefully y'all can hear us. I'm sorry. Y'all bear with me. I'm just trying to make sure we are good here. Because rushing. But anyway, we're here. Make it do what it do. All right. Sorry for the technological issues there. But so, hey, Mama Jane, what's happening? So, yeah, we're going to jump into this, and we're still rolling with Solomon. We're in First Kings. I want to finish up chapter 9. I know I talked about chapter 9 last week, but I got something else I want to share about chapter 9, and then we go run into chapter 10, and a little something special for the ladies. Fellas, we still going to get blessed from this as well. Don't trip. Don't trip. But something just, hey, let's just talk about it. Let's just talk about it. So, hey, go ahead.
No.
Okay. So First Kings chapter 9. We talked about it last week, and please go back and check it out last week. And we had a few things we talked about on there, and hopefully it was a blessing to you, it's encouraging to you. Sometimes, might be a situation where somebody holding some land for you. Okay. They holding something for you. Might not be land. They holding something for you of value that you're going to need. And they're going to hold it for you. You're going to get it. Okay. They just holding it for you. You stay focused on what you're supposed to be doing right now. They holding it for you over there. They got you. Okay. But, we've been rolling with Solomon. We've been talking about Solomon and his wisdom and a lot of the things that he did as king. Okay, I just want to touch on chapter 9, the end of chapter 9, because again, what I saw here, and I just want to encourage us to continue to develop ourselves, develop using our minds to grow, using our minds to create opportunities. And that's what I saw in the end of chapter 9. And I just wanted to just kind of, I don't know if I said it enough last week, but I want to reiterate it again this week. Chapter 9 at the end, it talks about how Solomon was just continuing to build and create opportunities for revenue. He was creating multiple streams of income. He was creating opportunity for his people also to be able to flourish. Okay, putting people in different positions to manage the different things, and then he created opportunities to continue again to bring in revenue and give people jobs. And even though he talked about forced labor in there a little bit too, don't you do that. But you make sure you pay people what they're worth. But I just want us to get out of that he was not physically doing it all himself, because he can't. You can't. But what he was doing was using his mind and his wisdom that God gave him to create. And what that made me think is when we go back to, I did it one Thursday. I talked about that was when I was in the studio.
Mm-hmm.
Telling y'all it's coming. Bella is coming. Y'all gonna be able to read our shirts eventually. I'm telling you. But anyway, when that one time I went into the studio and I got to talking about Genesis, and in Genesis chapter 2, verse 15, where God had Adam, hey, look here. I made this for you. I've given you all this. Now your job is to tend it, is to take care of it, grow it, just make sure you manage this well. Okay. And he gave it to him and said, take care of it. Okay, build it, grow it. And that's what Adam was charged with. And so I see the same thing right here in Solomon. With Solomon, God gave him wisdom, but he also told him, you got to go make this thing happen. Okay, just because I gave you wisdom don't mean you don't go out and work. Just because I gave you wisdom don't mean you don't go out and create and do. And that's exactly what Solomon was doing. So I just want to use that tonight to encourage us, man. God has given you talents. He's given you wisdom. He's given you opportunities. He's given you gifts. He's given you great thoughts. He's given you great visions. He's given you many things. And you just have to use it to create opportunities for yourself and your family and other people. Come on, babe.
Great analogy. No, I like that. I like how you brought that together. That's awesome.
Because I mean, it's just he has already. Y'all know that's what I'm on. That has always been the base of what I do right here on Thursday. Is for us to continue to grow, go after what it is we want. Go for it. It's not all about stuff and things. I don't want nobody thinking that I'm on here talking about how to get money, how to get wealth, how to get bigger and better things and greater homes and cars. All that is good and well and fine. And if you can get it, go get it. You can make it happen, go make it happen. But I know that is not for everybody. Everybody ain't seeking homes and cars and all of that, right? Clothes and all of that. Different strokes for different folks. But at the end of the day, God has created us to do greater, okay? And to create, just like he did in Genesis chapter 2. The same thing is happening right here in 1 Kings chapter 9, at the end of chapter 9. And whereas actually throughout the whole, not throughout the whole 1 Kings, but most of 1 Kings, when you talk about Solomon, was about creating, okay? And using his mind to do so, because you can't physically do it all. You got anything, babe?
No, just the main premise is, God gave him all that for the kingdom of God, for God's glory.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and we'll see later where things turn. But
we keep talking about that every week. That trust me, Solomon was not perfect. Okay, far from it, but the beauty of this, though, is the fact that we can, and that was the purpose of me going into the life of Solomon, was for us to recognize and learn that God has given us opportunities. And sometimes we just got to step out and do it. Don't question it. He gave it to you for a reason. It's y'all always hear me talk about that burning on the inside, that thing that just won't let you sleep, that thing that just constantly is on your mind, and you'll be in the middle of doing something else and it just pops right back up. Or you'll be riding down the highway and you just consume with that, or you're something going on and that thought is just keep coming back. There is a reason why it keeps coming back. There is a reason why you can't get total peace from it, because you got to do something with it. Okay. And so I just want us to make sure we get that. Okay. It's not all about stuff and things. Please do not get hung up when you read in chapter 9 and chapter 10 or anything about Solomon about the stuff and things. It's really about doing what he was called to do. Okay. And you are called to do certain things. You are called to do something. And now it's up to you to figure it out. And you just have to, the way you're going to be able to figure it out is that you got to start doing. Okay. You got to start doing. You figure it out as you go, but you got to start doing. Just sitting there thinking about it. That's great. But eventually you got to put some action behind it. You got to go. You got to do. Okay. And so, you first got to be what it is you're supposed to be first. Okay. Now, what do I mean by that? You have to develop yourself. Okay. Okay. You might be called to do something in particular, but you might not be that person yet. You might not be ready yet. So why not start training yourself? Why not start researching? Why not start getting yourself around those that are where you want to be? I think let's go to that analogy we talked about earlier about Oprah. Okay. And the same thing with you had people. Oh man, I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm getting ahead of myself. I know I'm getting ahead of myself. Well, I'm getting, but yeah, I'm going into chapter 10. I'm getting ahead of myself. Y'all bear with me. I'm sorry, but there was an analogy that we talked about how how did Oprah all of a sudden get so famous? How did Oprah all of a sudden get so big? Like where did Oprah even come from? Right? All of a sudden she got a TV show and everybody it's standing room only. Like they turn their folk away because you can't get in there because everybody wants a piece of Oprah. Everybody want to hear Oprah. Everybody want to know what Oprah got to say. Right? Oprah didn't know it all. And guess what? Solomon didn't either. But it's the same thing right there. And this is the part I wanted. All right, I got ahead of myself. I'm sorry. But I get excited on here. But this is for y'all ladies, because in chapter 10, you talk about what they call her name. What's her name?
Queen Sheba.
Queen Sheba. For you ladies, please understand, y'all need to celebrate Sheba. Because Sheba is like, that's the lady right there. Because she had power, she was in position, she had wealth, she had people that looked up to her, right? She was a leader. So don't think that because you're a lady that you can't lead. Yes, you can lead. Yes, you can lead. And Queen Sheba right here in the Bible, read it, chapter 10, starts it off. Queen Sheba. She paid a visit to Solomon. Okay, she paid a visit to Solomon. But it talks about Sheba came there. She ain't come there. Can I bum a ride? Can you take me over here? Can you when I get there, can you take care of the hotel for me? You know what I'm saying? Where we eating? Can you fix me something? No, Queen Sheba came there rolling deep. She was good. She had it. She was large and in charge, right? And so you ladies, if you don't, well, Queen Sheba is showing you that you don't have to settle for less than. Queen Sheba showed you right here in chapter 10 that you ladies can be leaders. You ladies can make things happen. You can develop a following and people flock to you. And Oprah showed you. That was a modern version of Queen Sheba. Is Oprah, right? Now, I'm not glorifying Oprah, trust me, because Oprah's not perfect. Oprah had her faults and her issues. I'm sure Sheba did as well. Okay? But you ladies, please understand, there's greatness in you as well. Queen Sheba lived her life large and in charge.
Yeah, it says in chapter 10, and she came to Jerusalem with a great train with camels that bear spices and very much gold and precious stones. And when she was come to Solomon, she communed with him and all that was in her heart.
There you go. And so she came there, look here.
Loaded.
I heard she loaded. She got it. I'm telling y'all. And matter of fact, I'm going to tell y'all after this. I'm going to tell you how loaded she was. But one thing that happened here was that she heard about Solomon. She heard about Solomon. She's like, all right, let's go check this out. Let's go see what this cat talking about. Since he's supposed to have all this wisdom, let me find out for myself. So she went there to challenge him and brought some hard questions that the Bible said. She challenged him with hard questions. But because of the wisdom that God gave him, he was able to answer all of them. Okay? So he was able to, so that impressed her. And impressed her so much that she gave 9,000 pounds of gold. Now, if you had 9 G's of gold, how large in charge would you be right now? 9,000 pounds of gold is what she had. That's what she gave him. Now, you think she gave him everything she had? I doubt that very seriously. Then they even talk about the spices that she left. And it says nobody else ever bought nobody ever bought more spices than she did. And understand, spices back then meant that was valuable. Spices was valuable, like jewels. It was valuable. It was a very valuable commodity back then. So to give as much as she did, along with 9,000 pounds of gold, and it was a couple other things she gave. That let you know right there. She was all right. She was strong. Financially, she was looking good. Okay? But she came there to get some wisdom. And she wanted to see if he had this wisdom that everybody was talking about. And evidently he had it because he impressed her very much. And so the other thing I want you to get out there is please understand that there's always somebody out there that knows a little bit more than you do. Okay? That's always so you might be in that position of leadership. You might be in that position where you the shot caller. But please make sure you might want to get a little bit of humbleness in there and understand that you might not know it all. There's somebody out there that knows a little bit more than you do. And she recognized that and paid homage to it and gave him what I just talked about. So come on.
Right. And then Solomon, who was very impressed with Queen Sheba,
Yes.
he gave her the desires of whatsoever she asked.
Yes. Yes.
So he gave her his royal bounty, and then she left and returned to her own country.
So hopefully, ladies, y'all get something out of that. Now, please also understand this, okay? So Sheba came there. She got her knowledge, and she getting the information. It cut off. I'm sorry. Can you hear me? Hopefully you can hear me now. I don't know where we got cut off at. I apologize. Guess we got an issue with here. Let me take this off. Hold on. Let me see. Can you hear me? Yeah, it keeps going out. Yours went out too?
No, it's on.
It's on? Okay.
Go ahead.
You were good. We're going to keep going right here. I'm sorry. I don't know exactly where we got cut off, but the devil is a lie. We're going to keep going. Okay. So thanks, Mama Jane, for letting me know about that. I apologize. I kind of get excited when I get talking on here and I don't realize that we done. We're going to finish this up and we're going to get out your way. Hey, this is technology. Hopefully you can hear me. Let me know. Give me a thumbs up or something if you can hear me. I promise you we're not going to be much longer. We're about to wrap up anyway, but I just wanted to come on here and encourage you again to be the best that you can be. And we got to use this mind. Let this mind be in you that's also in Christ Jesus. Did I say that right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know. I'm trying to watch out. I was quoting the scripture. Okay. But I just want you to just use this right here. We have to start to use this right here so that we can create opportunities for ourselves, create opportunities for our families, create opportunities for those people around us. You never know who we might come in contact with, but we want to be a blessing. And being a blessing means we got to sometimes do some things that are uncomfortable right now, but it's going to pay in the long run. Okay? And Solomon is the reason why we've been rolling with Solomon, because we want to seek God for wisdom on how to do that. Okay? We get knowledge about things, but we also need that wisdom to go along with the knowledge so that we can be the best that we can be and that we can make a difference out here. Okay? And so that's where we at. That's what we're doing. And that's what we've been learning right here so far. Now, again, please understand, Solomon was not perfect, and we're about to find out that he was far from it. But he did what he was called to do, was to build an altar and not the altar, build the temple, and to also create opportunities for not only himself and his family, but for others. And that's what we're supposed to be doing out here, using this mind to create opportunities. Okay? So hopefully that encouraged you. Hopefully, ladies, please understand, you are called to be great as well. Don't let nobody tell you that you should be less than. Don't let nobody tell you that you're not worthy of it. Don't let nobody tell you anything contrary to what God has already said about you. And he showed you right here in chapter 10 about Queen Sheba. Queen Sheba was strong, in charge, had it going on. She had it. So don't think you can't. You can also do the same thing. Whatever it is that you call to do, whatever is purpose in your heart to do it. Because we don't know what tomorrow holds. It's time for us to go get it done. Come on, baby.
That's right. Nope.
You good?
I'm good.
We're going to shut it down right there. There's much more that I can say. I apologize for the technical difficulties today. Technology. Can't live with it. Can't live without it. But nevertheless, hopefully you received something out of this tonight. And just thank you for hanging out with us. So, as we always say, pray, plan, prepare, proceed. Let's go make it do what it do. We're going to see you next week at 6:30. Love you.
Love you, ladies. Keep doing what you're doing.
There you go.